What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Midnight Mass, episode number 5, and coming off of probably one of the more emotional, intense kind of episodes that we've seen in a little bit. Everything that's going on with Erin, and just, I mean, we'll get to everyone else.
Yeah.
But Erin's story is just so insane, and that conversation that her and Riley had about death, and that was so emotional. It was so powerful. That whole scene was so well done. The acting, the way it was filmed, just all of it was just so strong. And, you know, she went to the mainland to get some confirmation about her baby, and blood tests come back, and
like
doctor's like, yeah,
pregnant.
You've never been pregnant. The human body doesn't just change that quickly. And it's so much weird stuff. Like, there's miracles playing out. Her baby is now just gone.
So, I mean, does that mean, like, the body, like, well, with the vampire blood, it, like, healed itself?
Angel's blood. The angel.
Whatever.
Angel.
That's a vampire from death.
It's an angel.
That is Satan's vampire. That is Satan's angel.
It's just such a crazy thing to even try to, like, wrap your head around. The idea that she was pregnant. She's heard and seen the baby.
Yeah, move. She's felt the baby move. She's seen the little fluttering, the heartbeat.
Yeah. Like, it just feels like an extremely tragic story. And speaking of Riley, who showed and shared a very different aspect of what he believes will happen when he passes away. And, I mean, he's already obviously shared his kind of where he is and his beliefs with the religion and all that. And while he was locked up, he kind of read through everything and decided none of it for him.
Which,
so,
I mean, I do appreciate the way he thinks about how he will die.
Mm-hmm.
I can totally appreciate that, and I loved the scientific breakdown of it all.
I mean, his breakdown was so in-depth.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that he has all, like, he's not just somebody who's like, oh, I don't believe in religion anymore. Like, he's got, like, legitimate thoughts behind the reasons why he feels the way he feels, which I think is important for anything. If you have an opinion about anything, you should be able to back it up with valid reasons why. And he's clearly somebody, right? He's clearly someone who has gone through the steps of learning all aspects of everything and came to a conclusion for himself. And
which
just,
I like that, because it's not just like, oh, everybody else is doing it, so I'm gonna do it too. No, this is why, and this, you know, it's deep.
Yeah, and I think it just added to that conversation even more, just because you got one side and another side, and just the way they delivered their messages and their reasoning and what their expectations are. Such an amazing scene. It was such a great scene.
Well, I like that, you know, Riley's not wrong. Erin's not wrong.
I mean, we don't know until we pass away.
No, but like how they talked to each other. They didn't say you're wrong.
Oh, right.
Or I'm right. It was a mutual respect for each other's beliefs on how they will die.
100%. And I think that's part of how powerful emotionally that conversation was. It even started a step before that, with Erin talking about, like, her mom telling her as a kid that the moment she was born, her wings were clipped and couldn't go any. It's like oh, basically you ruined my life the moment you were born. And she was viewing Littlefoot, her baby, as the opposite of that, not being like her mother and basically saving her life. Yeah. And it's just so much around that story and that situation is just so powerful and emotional. And as parents, it's hitting really hard. Like, it's pretty crazy. And Riley's kind of in a bad spot now because he kind of went against his gut of just going home. He turned around to go talk to Father Paul. But Father Paul's been dealing with some stuff. Like, he looks like someone who's fiending for some more of that blood. He's pacing around. He's kind of talking to himself. He's basically praying for his angel to come back and give him some more of that blood. And he's in a really bad spot. He killed Joe Collie. Crazy Bev is helping him kind of cover the whole thing up, has a little murder squad who's going to go Dexter Joe Collie's body into the water. And just this whole situation with Father is just so insane. And just the fact that he was old Monsignor Pruitt. Now he's young Father Paul, and people are starting to realize what's going on. But Riley's been doing, obviously, the AA meetings with him and went back to talk to him and kind of encountered the angel, and the angel kind of attacked.
Kind of.
Yeah.
That was terrifying.
Yeah, I don't know what happens when the angel comes for you like that. Mm-hmm. We still haven't seen the first person that kind of walked into the house here in the echoes. I don't think we've seen that person again. And I don't know what now happens to Riley.
Yeah. Like, is he dead? Is he going to turn into whatever Father Pruitt is?
Yeah. I don't know. This story has taken such a strong, like, detour in terms of where I thought we were going.
Yeah.
And it's such a creative and well-told story. It's just, I don't know where we're going. Obviously, I think they're going to move Mass to midnight. The show's called Midnight Mass.
I mean,
Father Paul can't go out during the... I mean, I think that's going to be part of the resolution that Bev comes up with.
What if everyone gets turned into something and they all have to...
The whole island? I mean...
Yes. What if that's what is happening?
It's very possible. There aren't that many people left on the island in terms of, like...
Who hasn't drank the blood?
Well, not even that. I think it needs to be more than just drinking it. I'm assuming.
You have to probably be bit, right?
Maybe. Or... I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Vampires.
I don't know. Because, I mean, Monsignor was bit, but then drank the blood and then woke up young. So they've been drinking it and all these miracles have been happening. So maybe it's just a process that because they're consuming it in small doses. Mm-hmm. Because you obviously don't drink the whole cup during communion.
No, you just take a sip.
Yeah. So maybe that is the process of them transforming all into the can't go out into the sun people. I mean, which, again, midnight mass, they can't go to mass. I mean, if your father, the one who runs your mass, can't come out during the day, obviously you're going to have to shift it to nighttime. That's just kind of... I feel like that's going to be the first step of Bev's protection, who... This bitch is crazy. Crazy. But this whole show is absolutely insane. I cannot wait to see what the next steps are, what happens next. I mean, the doctor, Sarah, her mom has kind of snapped out of her whole thing and actually recognized Father Paul because she's old enough to have remembered when he was young. And they had like this laugh, and it was just, he was like, I got so much to tell. That was a weird moment where she wasn't even like thrown off by it, but she was like, oh, hey, I thought I was dreaming. It's like, nah, you're not. I mean, you might be, but you aren't.
What if this is all just a dream?
I mean, the fact that they threw that line in there, this show feels very airtight in terms of its storytelling.
Just saying.
I don't think it's an accident that line is there. And I mean, the other shows that Mike Flanagan has done, there's always been some kind of, hey, this isn't really happening kind of swerve. So who knows? It's very possible. Yeah. I've kind of thought about, like, I keep trying to find the aspect of the show that's not real.
Yeah.
Just to see what it is, but we got to jump into this. I can't wait to see where the story goes. You have any other thoughts?
No.
Let's go.
Oh my god. Is he fucking dead?
Morning, you. I dug it out of that footlocker in the closet upstairs. Most of those haven't seen the light of day in decades, but then again, neither have I. Still, I think it fits pretty well, don't you think?
Dude,
I mean, he's a troubled boy. And jobs, and still that don't provide enough for his sisters. Which is why he does what he does.
Wait, no morning masses at all?
Father Paul probably just needs another morning or two to recover from that head cold.
What? Oh.
Is that you?
The last time I checked. Is there no morning mass today? I was so looking forward.
Wow. Look at you. Oh my god. What a time to be alive.
That made me cry, girl.
This is just so insane. I couldn't imagine being someone actually experiencing any of this. Like...
What can I do for you, Miss Green? I need to report a missing person. Riley Flynn. He was supposed to come to my house last night, but he didn't. And I checked with his family and this morning and this afternoon, and they haven't seen him. He said he would come to my house.
Well, sure, but maybe he just
He said he would come to my house.
All right. And what did you talk about the night before? I'm just hoping he said something, anything that might tell us where he went. All right, if it turns out he's on some bender in a mainland hotel, he might have hinted. All right, so that's all I'm looking for.
I mean, I guess that has to be the assumption. If he disappears.
What did you two talk about?
Death. We talked about what happens when you die.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Did you bring up the topic or did he?
I think it was on both of our minds because I had lost. I miscarried? I'm pretty sure that he brought up the idea and I leaned into it pretty hard.
Was he afraid of it, intrigued by it, or?
He seemed fine. They say that about people who kill themselves, that they seemed fine.
You say that sometimes, yeah.
To then think that the person that you were getting really close to, that you think that they may have committed suicide.
I mean, Sheriff's gonna have to start having some red flags flying.
He does.
He's now got like 3 people missing.
Special night, boys. Eyes up, ears open.
Just mix it in.
Mildred Gunning. As I live and breathe. Beverly Keene. Oh,
She's like, don't touch me.
God gave you back to us. And I am so glad that he did. And that you'll be with us for what comes next.
What does come next, Bev?
I'm very happy to be here.
Is like Midnight Mass gonna like bring the angel there?
Oh my god, don't. And then attack everyone? I thought about that. Start thinking about all kinds of shit with this.
This is one of my favorite days of the year. The word passion, it means a strong and barely controllable emotion. Gospel means good news. Good news on Good Friday. It's a story of such profound suffering. What's so good about that? Jesus' suffering in this story, it isn't simply necessary, it is good. That suffering he endures alone. He has a few allies, and then more congregation, and then more and more people spread that good news. God has an army.
I love the way he delivers his messages.
In the army, you're fighting for God and country. Now, I am going to offend you now, but God has no country. There is one God for the world. God's army. It is a war. How do we know how the fight is going? All God gives us is right here. In the army of God, conscience is standard issue.
I feel like this is making people uncomfortable.
It's definitely making Sarah uncomfortable.
It is a war, and there will be casualties. And we must be soldiers. That is what Good Friday is about. God will ask horrible things of you. We have to call it the new covenant because God's will changes, and we must, as his army, shed the old covenant.
So much passion.
Today is only good because of what's coming, Easter, when Jesus is risen and death itself is lain dead. What is otherwise horrible is good because of where it's headed. Welcome to God's army. Yeah, we're going to do great things.
Did you just mic drop that shit?
It felt like it.
I don't want you going back there ever again. That is not my church. That is not the man I knew.
What?
I have been calling you all day.
Where were you?
Do you remember a few days before you left town? You crawled in my window, woke me up, scared the shit out of me. You wanted to take a boat out. You wouldn't take no for an answer, so we grabbed a rowboat. We rowed out, smoked a pack of cigarettes, watched the sun come up. Will you do that with me now?
What?
Why?
In the hell?
What is Riley gonna do to her?
So the kid hasn't turned back up, but Riley comes back pretty immediately.
Yeah.
And wants to take Erin on a boat ride in the middle of the dark.
Yeah.
Like his dream.
What's this about, Riley?
It's where it all came from in the first place. Stars. Primitive man, they're hunting and gathering and stuff all day long. But at night, they just sit around campfires trying to stay warm. And they look out across the valleys and they see other campfires. Then they see these spots of light in the sky. A hell of a lot like campfires. Who must those people be, they wonder?
What are you talking about?
Campfires way up there. Those campfires, they belong to people way more powerful than we ever even imagined. All of it. Every god, every goddess, every religion, every holy war, all of it started right up there. I'm gonna tell you a story, but you're not gonna believe it.
She's kind of like asked him 2 questions and he has gone completely off the rails in response. Like, not even coming close to acknowledging what she said to him.
Hey, you're okay. You're okay. Don't try to talk to you. Just relax.
You're doing great.
No. Oh, okay. Hey.
You're fine. I had a sister. Did I ever tell you that?
Oh my God.
You're okay. See, God still has a plan, and death isn't part of it anymore. Not for all of us. We don't have to be afraid ever.
How are you feeling?
What in the hell?
You look a lot better. Here, please, have a seat. The important thing is not to go outside right now. It's not a mistake you make twice.
What the fuck?
Took your neck less than 6 hours to heal completely. Those burns will be no problem. I'll explain everything that I can to you, and you will feel better when I do.
This is wild, dude.
We're having the meeting. Today you get complete and total honesty from me.
So clearly Riley died. And the angel blood brought him back to life and healed him.
Let's start in order. The things we cannot change.
Right, because you have to physically
I was
die.
a pastor at a small church in a very small community. And one day, this altar boy is a brand new altar boy, smart kid. One day, this altar boy, he brings me a shoe box. Inside this box, there's a mouse that he's caught in a trap. It's in bad shape. And he asks me if God will resurrect every day's past. The boy returns, and
it was better.
He's running around that little box as right as rain. His belief is confirmed. He believes.
It wasn't an act of God.
Well, true. I had to put the mouse out of its misery, and true, it took me almost 3 days to find another mouse that looked just like it. But what it gave this boy, you think that wasn't an act of God?
That's
Because he's acting through us at times, he isn't acting at all.
How do you know that story? Who are you?
Was that Riley as a kid?
I don't think so.
You know who I am.
That's not possible.
Come on, we're past that now.
Then how?
Same as you. You've been taken back to your best self. Hey, why did you come back here? I've known you your whole life. Never once have you just shown up. Did you feel a calling? Vocation?
Joe Colley's sister.
I lied to you about that. I apologize. Okay, Joe was suffering, and he was suffering for no reason. The Lord works in mysterious ways, but he does. I can testify to that. He worked through me, and Joe Colley was called home.
Killed him. You and that thing.
These are 2 things that cannot be changed, and we must accept them with serenity together right now.
What happened to me?
Riley?
What was that fucking thing?
You have to calm down.
What the fuck was that thing?
An angel.
Oh, good. He's up.
A little worse for wear.
Well, you fix yourself, Monsignor, not at first.
Bev's just fucking fine with this.
Right, there it is. You feel that, right?
Oh, shit. Dude, this is so insane.
So he's taking this as a sign from God.
I was scared and confused, and this drive inside me, this powerful will, and I felt the same way you did. My will became his will, and he moved through me, and Joe was taken, and I was sustained.
Murderer.
I had no guilt. None.
I'm concerned that he's going to attack Erin
Yes.
on the boat.
I am too.
I'm hardly unique as a soldier of the Lord. I'm not hardly unique in this room either. You've killed someone.
Wow.
I don't remember.
You were drunk and you don't remember.
There weren't even skid marks on my side of the road. I never hit the brakes. I didn't even tap the brakes. I was literally asleep at the wheel. That is what happened. So don't talk to me about God moving through you. You don't know a fucking thing about me, and our stories are not the same.
The guilt you feel, the remorse.
Yeah.
You feel that every day.
Yes.
Even though you didn't mean to do it.
Yes.
I have no guilt. None. How does that make you feel?
Disgusting.
No! I promised you complete honesty, and I am giving that to you. Today is critical for us, and I am finished. Complete honesty. How does it make you feel?
Oh my God.
Jealous.
Have some courage. God chose you. And that guilt that you're clinging to, you can let it go. God's changed you. So let's have some courage now.
This is absolutely insane.
Courage.
Did you feed when that angel was ripping into my neck and my blood was pouring out onto the floor? Did you join in? Complete and total honesty, I thought you said.
Yes.
For some reason, Riley Flynn, God has chosen you to receive this blessing, and we will not question his will. That's all that's important right now. You are being tested.
I don't want to hear from you, bitch.
Right.
Whoever eats my flesh, drinks my blood, has eternal life.
The fourth angel poured his bowl upon the sun, and it was allowed to scorch men with fire. Chapter 16, verse 8. It's all right there in the book, Riley. The 7 bowls of God's wrath poured out on the second coming, the end of days. The 4th bowl upon the sun. The 5th bowl, since you asked, the 5th bowl of God's wrath plunges the world into darkness, which won't be an issue for you. Why, it is almost as if he is preparing you for that.
This is nuts.
Blessed among men smirking. I'm frustrated.
I know.
Doesn't even recognize what he is being given, and I find it offensive.
It's immaterial, Bev.
Dude.
We all find you offensive, Bev.
Dude, no, Sturge, dude, no, I don't want to see it.
Gave
Nah,
the cup
come
to
on,
his
Sturge.
disciples
Ah,
and
Sturge.
said, take this, all of you, and drink from it.
Who does that? Who can cut themselves and just let it go, man?
That's gotta hurt.
I can't even give myself a shot. Are you kidding? What?
It's okay, Riley.
Dude, I do not want your corn syrup.
He doesn't have a choice.
Amen.
Wisdom.
So many others on this island right now, they're being blessed as well, and they don't even know. They don't even know it. It is good what we're doing, what we have to do. Look at what it's done already. Just what a little of the blood of the angel has done. Your parents, for Lisa, for you, for so many in this community. Look at the good it has wrought. Look on that. Do you feel at peace?
So they're just gonna talk at him all day. Get him to believe in this stuff.
Praise be. I believe that's it. Now you can go. You'll see things you never saw before. Colors, lights, that you'll hear things, smell things. The world burns brighter.
Is Bev jelly? She's jealous.
Dude, this is so wild.
Come to Mass, come to be with us. Whoever you choose to enter communion with, whoever serves God's purpose for you, as you give of yourself for them to drink, as they eat of your body and drink of your blood, and you of theirs, and you are in the communion of saints.
Yeah, I am worried for Erin now.
Dude, Erin's in trouble.
Dude, this show is visually incredible.
Right.
The way every scene is shot, it's just...
They're just eyes. Dude,
That's
his
a creepy
eyes.
shot right there.
That's quite a story. So, you've told me that story. You brought me out here. You have brought us out here where there is nowhere for me to go.
Oh,
I can't believe you'd want to scare me. And even if you did, I've been scared much worse by much worse. I don't let that happen anymore. I'm not scared. Not of you.
I would be.
You weren't quite right what you said about why I brought us out here. I didn't bring you out here to scare you or to isolate you. I brought you out here so I'd have nowhere to go.
So you'd have to feed
I'm
on
not
her?
as strong as you. I never was. I want you to take this boat and row to the mainland and leave this place and never look back. I knew you wouldn't believe any of this unless you saw. I want you to run, but I believe you're gonna row back there and do everything you can to try and save them. I'm just so sorry you have to see this.
Is he waiting for the sun to come up?
The sun's coming up.
Oh, shit.
I love you, Erin Green. I love you my whole life. One way or another.
I love you too.
I did my best.
He didn't fall for their shit. Was that the girl he killed?
Oh my God. Oh my God. That... I'm not... oh my God.
I mean, that was amazing. That was so well done. That was horrifying. So...
and tragic.
That's not what happens when you die, Riley. Or at least not being a vampire.
There was...
that was so peaceful for him, but so horrifying for Erin. Like, they just, like, I love you, I've always loved you in any possible way. And as his soul is escaping and going with the girl that he killed, he's literally on fire dying, like dead.
The most horrific thing possible. For
her to watch.
While he's at pure peace.
He can't go anywhere. He wants her to get the fuck out of there because everybody else is doomed.
You said it during... He didn't fall for it.
He didn't fall for this.
He's like, I'm going to sacrifice myself for you. Get out, run away.
Yes.
Do not go back there. This show and this story is so crazy.
And so good.
It is done so well. This is absolutely, like, the storytelling, the cinematography, all of the visuals, like, even the special effect, like, it all is spectacular. And it's just so deep. I'm kind of, like, at a loss right now because this show literally keeps taking you places never expected it. I did not expect us to be here now I mean, what happened to the kid, the drug dealer kid?
He's dead.
But like, why wasn't he saved?
He wasn't chosen. He was just food.
He was just food for the angel.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, dude. Has Erin took communion, right?
Yeah.
So it's in her as well.
But that's how she lost the baby.
We think.
Well,
that's the assumption.
Her body healed itself.
Right. Is that considered healing itself?
Yes.
There's only a handful of people who haven't taken the communion. The sheriff is one of them.
Sheriff's son, maybe?
Sheriff's son. He's not technically allowed to. Other than that, I feel like the whole island is coming to mass now because of all the miracles.
Sarah didn't.
Her mom, her reaction was very interesting after that midnight mass, where she's like, we're not going back there. That's not the man that I knew. Like, she could see
because he was fired up.
Oh, he is very intense right now.
I mean, like, all the things he was talking about, well, you know, if you put it in a different perspective,
yeah,
if you change what you think that he's talking about, sounds all well and good. Yep, you need to save people, you're in God's army. Totally get it, I've heard it growing up. Putting it into a different perspective?
Right.
Oh, shit!
Yeah. It gets scary. And this whole situation is just... At what point is the angel going to appear to everyone? At the midnight mass. And I mean, that was the way Bev is handling all this.
She is fucking crazy.
It is so weird because it feels like there's a level of jealousy that she hasn't been chosen.
Yes.
And by the way, does she like go to bed at night and read every single page of the Bible every single day?
I'm sure.
Because she could pull out stuff that fits every single situation.
Yeah.
Like, that is impressive. I mean, the fact that she literally has a line for every single situation and moment I'm impressed. That is impressive. But damn, she's crazy. It feels like there's a level of jealousy there and a level of just like... I mean, she ended up being right.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have let Riley out.
No.
They should have kept him there for sure. Because now Erin knows and now Riley is really dead.
Yeah.
I don't like. I think there's 2 episodes left. I can't wait to see how they wrap this up.
Me too.
Where this goes. Just... There were some people who looked uncomfortable during the mass.
Yes.
But at the same time, I felt like the majority of people were like, yeah.
Yep.
Like, let's go. Like, this is awesome. Let's do this. Sacrifices, awesome. Like, there'll be casualties, cool. Let's go. Yeah. And it's like, you sure? There have already been a couple.
Yeah.
Riley and Joe are now dead. It is really nice, though, that it feels like he's potentially at peace now.
Yeah.
Let him rest in peace. But
he was very tormented and tortured.
This is just absolute bonkers. So, do you have any other thoughts? That episode...
Not right now, because that was a lot.
That episode is going to take a minute to fully digest. So, yeah, you're good?
I'm good.
All right, y'all. You guys leave your comments down below. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.